A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A+ English because it's so much fun. English education for you and everyone, so come along. Learn some grammar, learn a phrase, learn something new every day. Learn the A+ way. Hey, it's time to start the show. Are you ready? Good, 'cause here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A+ English.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back to A+ English. I'm Erin.
I'm Winnie.
And Winnie, I thought today we could spend a little bit of time talking about our dads.
Mm-hmm.
What's your dad like?
Yeah, we're talking about like what we gave to our dads yesterday for gifts. But today, the reason why I was giving him a swimming lesson was because he didn't like to work out.
Okay.
Yeah, so he just like sits in his desk.
Be lazy.
Yeah.
You know what? That's the same as my dad.
Right?
My dad likes to sit and watch TV
but
and
he used to like playing golf.
Well, he used to be really active. He used to go skiing and he used to play golf.
Wow.
Now he likes to go out and he has a small boat called a kayak. And that's a one-person boat. And he likes to go out in that sometimes. But if the weather's not very good, he just sits at home and he watches TV. And he eats the biggest bowls of ice cream. And so he's not very healthy.
That sounds fun.
Right. It does. I think he's comfortable. But yeah, my dad used to do all of those things. And now that he's older, he kind of just likes to stay home and relax.
You should give him a swimming lesson too.
I don't think my dad would take him on swimming lessons. I don't think that would be a good gift for my dad. But all right. So that's about our dads. You guys can talk about your dads after we're done. But let's get to today's article, which is about one of our writers' dads. Let's find out more.
Celebrating Father's Day. Dear Diary, my father is a smart and interesting person. He takes good care of our family. When I was little, he read stories to me every night. He and I still have a lot of fun going to baseball games together. For Father's Day, my little brother and I bought a necktie for our dad. We also each made a handmade card for him. Mine says, Happy Father's Day from your loving daughter. I also drew a bicycle on the front of the card. That's because my dad's favorite hobby is riding his bike. I love my dad.
Word power!
Diary. Diary. Marcy had a strange experience today, so she wrote about it in her diary. Marcy had a strange experience today, so she wrote about it in her diary. Interesting. Interesting. Russian history is the most interesting subject to Victor, and he really loves it. Russian history is the most interesting subject to Victor, and he really loves it. Card. Card. We signed a birthday card for Nancy and gave it to her today. We signed a birthday card for Nancy and gave it to her today. Hobby. Hobby. My son's hobby is taking pictures of birds. My son's hobby is taking pictures of birds.
认识字汇
Necktie. Handmade. Loving.
All right, today's article is actually a diary entry. Now, we'll find out what that means in a minute, but let's read the first couple of lines. The first line is just a short one. It's Dear Diary. And then we follow that with a comma, and we see our first official line of our diary entry. It says, My father is a smart and interesting person. All right, 2 words to talk about there,
Right.
Diary and interesting. Let's talk about the first one. Diary is a noun. It's spelled D-I-A-R-Y, diary. And it's a book that you can write down things about yourself, your day, and your feelings in. Now, we usually keep our diaries as secrets from other people because we write things in them that we might not want other people to know. However, many famous people have written diaries, and now we can look back at these books and learn about life in the past. One great example of this is the Diary of Anne Frank. You guys might know that book.
安妮的日记 right.
All right. Now, as an example sentence for diary, we could say, Marcy had a strange experience today, so she wrote about it in her diary. Marcy had a strange experience today, so she wrote about it in her diary.
这里我们提到刚刚说安妮的日记，就是说一个犹太女孩为了躲避这个纳粹追杀的日记，是这个大概是历史有名的一本日记，所以这个 diary 就是日记。要特别注意，如果你有记日记的习惯，通常我们会用 keep a diary， 或者你正在写日记，当然可以用 write 这个动词啦。我们就看到例句就是说 Marcy 今天遇上一件很奇怪的事情，所以她将这个经历写在日记里。那在英文里呢，日记的开头通常都会像文章这样用 Dear Diary， 然后一个逗号，你就知道这是在读一篇日记。And in this diary, it's about someone's father.
That's right. Here's an interesting fact about Anne Frank's diary.
Yeah?
Anytime she wrote something in it, she didn't say Dear Diary.
No?
And that's because she gave her diary a name. And so it was like she was writing a letter to her diary, and she called her diary Millie. Dear Millie.
Dear Millie.
Mm-hmm.
That's cute.
Isn't it? All right. Well, we've talked about that. I think that's something interesting, just like we're saying that this person's father is interesting. So interesting is an adjective. It's spelled I-N-T-E-R-E-S-T-I-N-G. Interesting. Now, when you think something is interesting, you want to give your attention to it or learn more about it because it seems exciting, fun, or special in some way. Now, people think different things are interesting. For example, I think plants are very interesting. But maybe Winnie doesn't think plants are very interesting. She might think that's kind of boring.
Right.
Now, other people think cars are really interesting. But for me, I don't think cars are interesting. But I do think scooters and motorcycles are interesting.
Oh.
What do you think is interesting, Winnie?
I like pets. I think pets are interesting.
Okay, so like dogs and cats? And
yeah.
stuff? Okay, that's a good thing. Here is another example. Russian history is the most interesting subject to Victor, and he really loves it. Russian history is the most interesting subject to Victor, and he really loves it.
Interesting. Russian history.
I actually think Russian history is interesting too.
It is. 这里是讲俄罗斯的历史。我们看到 interesting 这个形容词哦，有点长，把它看仔细，是用来形容有趣的。我们可以形容是有趣的人事物。所以课文呢是形容爸爸是个有趣的人。例句呢则是说这个最有趣的科目对 Victor 而言是俄罗斯的历史，很有趣哦。所以他真的是很喜欢俄罗斯的历史。另外我们也很常见 interested 后面 ed 结尾，这个字也是形容词哦，也是这个呢是表示感到有兴趣的。但是 interested 你就只能拿来修饰人。So for example, Aaron is interested in plants. I'm interested in dogs.
So like this, I am interested in plants because I think plants are interesting.
Excellent.
Okay, so we know that this writer thinks that her father is a smart person and an interesting person. And she also says he takes good care of our family.
Oh, take care of somebody or something 这个动词片语是照顾、看顾的意思。这里我们用 good 来修饰，把家庭照顾得很好。
Okay, so that's a really important thing for someone to do, especially a parent, like a mother or father. Take good care of their family, their kids. And it also says here, when I was little, he read stories to me every night.
Oh, did your father read stories to you?
No, but my mother did.
Oh, 所以这里我们看到这个 read stories 可能是 before bedtime， 我们就会用 bedtime story， 就是说床边故事或是睡前故事，为了让你可以好好入睡。
Now, this writer might not be so little anymore. That was when this writer was young.
Yes.
But it says here, he and I still have a lot of fun going to baseball games together.
Oh, when it's probably, yeah, like you said, it's probably too old.
For bedtime stories. I can read my own stories now.
长大后虽然可能没有在这个说床边故事，但还是会一起去看棒球。That sounds like a great dad.
You know what? This really does sound like a good
Yeah.
dad. Yeah. Well, that's why this person wants to celebrate their father. It says, for Father's Day, my little brother and I bought a necktie for our dad.
这里我们看到 necktie 也就是男士的领带。This is a common gift for dads,
You
right?
know what? I think so. I think almost to the point where you probably don't need to buy your dad any more ties. But that's okay. All right. What are they going to do next? So first they bought a gift.
Yes.
Now it says, we also each made a handmade card for him.
我们先看到 handmade 这个形容词，我们可以把它拆开来，也就是 made by hand， 就是手做的。常见的可能像是 a handmade purse， 手做的皮包 or like here in the article, a handmade card.
So what is a card? This is a noun. It's spelled C-A-R-D, card. And it's just simply a piece of paper that's folded in two. Now, on the outside of the paper is usually a nice message or a picture to say thank you, happy birthday, congratulations, and lots more. Now, on the inside of the paper, you can write a note and sign your name. Then you give the piece of paper or this card to someone on a special day. Here's an example. We signed a birthday card for Nancy and gave it to her today. We signed a birthday card for Nancy and gave it to her today.
Card 就是卡片，那可能是生日卡片啊，或是刚刚我们说可能是感谢卡、圣诞卡等等各种节庆写的卡片。例句呢，就是我们在 Nancy 的生日贺卡上签了名，然后今天把卡片给了她。另外，像长得像卡片形状，我们也都可以用这个字。例如像我们的身份证就是 an ID card， 或是电话卡 a phone card。So they both write a card to their dad. What do they say in the card?
Well, of course, they are making this card on their own, so they have to write a special note in it.
Yes.
And the writer says, mine says, Happy Father's Day from your loving daughter.
Mine 这里我们看到是所有格代名词，也就是 my card 的意思。我的卡片上写说，爱你的女儿，祝你父亲节快乐。Loving 是 love 加上 ing 变成现在分词，当形容词就是有充满爱意的、爱的。That means she loves her dad very much.
That is right, but that is not all she put on her card. It also says, I also drew a bicycle on the front of the card.
卡片上还画了一台脚踏车。Why a bicycle?
Good question, Winnie. Now, do you remember when we talked about my dad liking golf? I might draw a picture of a golfer. Well, that's what she's doing. It says, that's because my dad's favorite hobby is riding his bike. Now, before we talk about riding bikes, let's talk about hobbies. A hobby, this is a noun, H-O-B-B-Y, hobby, and it's an activity such as playing games, reading books, working in a garden, any kind of activity like this that you enjoy doing in your free time. Now, this is not something that you do for work, but something that you do for fun. So, for example, my hobbies are reading, making websites, learning about plants and hiking.
Plants.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of those have to do with plants. All right, here's another example. My son's hobby is taking pictures of birds. My son's hobby is taking pictures of birds. Now, here's an interesting thing, Winnie.
What?
My mom's hobby, my real mom, her hobby is taking pictures of birds.
Wow. Hobby 就是嗜好、兴趣，平常这个空闲时间会做的休闲活动。一个人可以有很多嗜好啦，所以 hobby 是可数名词，复数记得要去 y 加上 ies。所以例句是说，儿子的兴趣是给鸟拍照，所以跟 Aaron 的妈妈居然是一模一样诶。
What's your hobby?
I like hiking.
Okay.
I like watching movies. What else?
I don't know.
Reading.
Those are all very good hobbies, Winnie. We both love reading and hiking. Well, the person finishes off the diary here and says, I love my dad.
Oh, that's cute.
That is cute. That's the best way to end this, I think. And something that you should all go and say to your fathers today.
Right.
On Father's Day. Say, I love you, Dad. All right. Well, we finished talking about Father's Day and about an interesting way to celebrate a father. Now, let's go to today's magic box and then come right back for review time.
Magic Box 找亮点
Do you remember what you liked when you were little? 这里的 little 可不是说你很小只哦 Little 的确有小的意思比方说 There's a little boy in front of our door 有个小男孩在我们家的门前或者 Look at that cute little dog 看看那只可爱的小狗狗但是 little 呢也有 young 的意思 There were no computers when I was little 也就等同于 when I was young 也就是说我小时候呢还没有电脑的出现哎，好了，不用急着推算我的年纪啦，赶快我们换一个例句。像英文里的弟弟妹妹 little brother or sister 也是这个字义哦。所以如果是哥哥姐姐的同学，应该都会很讨厌。My little brothers were fighting over the toy again。弟弟们又在为玩具吵架。Little 呢，也可以用来形容不可数名词。A little 表示数量中的一些些或是一点点。例如 My grandma usually drinks a little warm milk before bed 睡前呢通常会喝一点温牛奶所以一开始我的问题说 What did you like when you were little 这里的 little 就是小时候的意思啦所以现在很流行说勿忘初心你们记得小时候喜欢做些什么吗我小时候喜欢唱歌这句你可以试试看翻成英文吗 The answer is I liked singing when I was little. 你答对了吗
Wait for it. It's review time. 复习时间到喽
Winnie, welcome back to review time.
Yes.
And welcome back to you guys. We are going to do some riddles today.
Ooh, riddles, 猜谜 I'm not very good at this.
Winnie, I think you're going to be fine.
Okay, let's try it.
All right. Okay, here's number 1. You have to guess what I am. I am something you can buy or make. I often have nice pictures in me. You can write in me, but you don't need to write a lot. When you open me, you can just write a short note or your name. I am something you give to other people to make them happy. What am I? I think I gave you way too many clues, Winnie.
I need those. 所以你可以自己做，也可以用买的，里面会可以写东西 but you don't have to write too much.
Not too much, no.
然后要让大家拿到的时候会看得很开心。It's a card?
That's right.
Okay.
Good. Now we had 2 things you can write in this time. Winnie, you got the right one. Okay, number 2. I am something fun to do. You do me whenever you have some extra time. I am something you like to do, but you don't get paid money to do me. Everybody has me, but each person has different kinds of me. What am I?
Something fun to do, but it's not interesting.
Well, it is interesting.
It is interesting.
But you don't get paid for it.
But not the word interesting. No. Oh, everybody has one. Like you like plants. I like pets. They are our hobbies.
That's right. Okay, number 3. I am something you can write inside. I am not something that you share with other people, though. I can keep all your feelings and ideas secret. What am I?
我知道. You don't share with this. It's your diary.
That's right. So the card you give to other people.
Yes.
The diary you don't. Number 4, I am a feeling you get when you think something is good or special. If you want to learn more about something, it's because I am this. What am I?
一种感觉 and you like it, and it's good, it's something special, it's interesting.
Oh, Winnie, I was hoping that you would say, you are interesting. And then I would be like, yes, I am.
You are interesting.
All right, guys. Well, that is the end of today's article. We are finished up, but we'll be back for more stories later on, maybe next month. But for now, we'll have to say goodbye. For A+ English, I'm Erin.
I'm Winnie.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Celebrating Father's Day.
Dear Diary, my father is a smart and interesting person. He takes good care of our family. When I was little, he read stories to me every night. He and I still have a lot of fun going to baseball games together. For Father's Day, my little brother and I bought a necktie for our dad. We also each made a handmade card for him. Mine says, Happy Father's Day from your loving daughter. I also drew a bicycle on the front of the card. That's because my dad's favorite hobby is riding his bike. I love my dad.
Word power.
Diary. Diary. Marcy had a strange experience today, so she wrote about it in her diary. Marcy had a strange experience today, so she wrote about it in her diary. Interesting. Interesting. Russian history is the most interesting subject to Victor, and he really loves it. Russian history is the most interesting subject to Victor, and he really loves it. Card. Card. We signed a birthday card for Nancy and gave it to her today. We signed a birthday card for Nancy and gave it to her today. Hobby. Hobby. My son's hobby is taking pictures of birds. My son's hobby is taking pictures of birds.
认识字汇
Necktie. Handmade. Loving.